Final chapter, the harmony within. Perhaps the greatest misunderstanding about spiritual growth is the belief that we must become someone different. We look at the wise people and imagine they have reached a place where they no longer struggle. We look at a peaceful people and assume they were born without pain. We look at compassionate people and forget that compassion is often born from suffering. But the truth is much more beautiful. Wisdom does not come from having a perfect life. Wisdom comes from making peace with an imperfect life. A person who has never experienced hardship may know comfort, but the person who has walked through hardship and still chooses love knows something deeper. They know grace. For many years, I searched the answers outside of myself. I searched through books, through teachers, through success, through experiences, through the wisdom of people who walked before me. And every teacher in a different language and from a different tradition seemed to point toward the same place. Come back to awareness. The Buddha taught us to awaken from unconscious suffering. Jesus taught us that the kingdom of God is within. The Tao taught us to flow with the natural rhythm of life. Carl Jung taught us to make the unconscious conscious. Different paths, different words, one truth. The greatest journey is the journey inward. Awareness is the bridge between the ego and the shadow. Without awareness, the ego becomes pride. Without awareness, the shadow becomes fear. But with awareness, both become teachers. The ego teaches us courage. The shadow teaches us humility. The ego teaches us to create. The shadow teaches us to understand. The ego helps us stand in the world. The shadow helps us know ourselves. Neither one needs to be destroyed. It simply needs to be embraced with wisdom. The person who rejects ego may lose confidence. The person who rejects the shadow may lose honesty. But a person who understands both discovers freedom, that is wholeness. Imagine a house with many rooms. In one room lives our confidence, in another lives our fear, in one room lives our dreams, in another lives our memories. Some rooms are bright and beautiful. Some rooms have been closed for years because we were afraid of what we might find inside. Many people spend their lives decorating only one rooms they want others to see. They invite guests into the beautiful rooms. They hide the painful ones. But wholeness begins when we gently open every door, not to judge, not to criticize, simply to bring light inside. The forgotten room is still part of the house. The wounded part is still part of us. The shadow is not asking to control our lives. It is asking to be acknowledged. This is why letting go of the ego does not mean becoming nobody. It means becoming free from constant need to prove somebody. This is a difference. The ego say, I must be important. Awareness say, I am already worthy. The ego says, I need everyone to agree with me. Awareness say, I can respect another person's truth without losing my own. The ego says, I must control the outcome. Awareness says, I will do my best and trust the unfolding of life. The ego lives in fear of losing. Awareness lives in gratitude for having experience. I have learned that the happiest people are not always the people who have the most. They are often the people who need the least to be at peace. They can enjoy success without becoming attached to it. They can experience loss without losing themselves. They can receive praise without becoming addicted to it. They can receive criticisms without allowing it to destroy them. They can understand the simple truth. Everything in this world is temporary. Our youth, our possessions, our achievements, our physical bodies, even our relationships, as precious as they are, eventually change form. And the only thing we can truly carry through every season of life is the consciousness we develop. This understanding has changed the way I look at aging. When I was young, I feared losing things. Now I understand that life has always been a process of learning how to let go. A child lets go of childhood. A young person lets go of innocence. The parent lets go of as children grow. The older person lets go of physical strength. Every stage asks us the same question. Can you release what is finished so something new can begin? The river does not cry because it leaves one place. It trusts that the journey continues. Perhaps this is why the final lesson of life is surrender, not giving up, not becoming passive. Surrender is the wisdom of knowing what belongs to us and what does not. Our choices belong to us. Our attitude belongs to us. Our kindness belongs to us. Our love belongs to us. But the outcome, the timing, the opinions of others, those were never ours to control. The moment we stop trying to control what was never ours, we become free. If I could offer one final message to the reader who has traveled through these pages with me, it would be this. Do not be afraid of your own complexity. You are not only your brightest moments. You are not only your mistakes. You are not only your achievements. You are not only your wounds. You are the entire journey. Honor the person you were. Accept the person you are. Trust the person you are becoming. Your past was not a prison. It was the preparation. Your struggles was not meaningless. It was shaping your wisdom. Your shadow was not there to destroy you. It was waiting for you to bring it to light. When I look back on my life, I no longer see a straight path. I see a river. There were peaceful waters. There were storms. There were unexpected turns. There were moments I wonder where life was taking me. But the river always knew. Even when I did not understand the journey, something deeper was guiding me. The little girl from Dalat could not imagine a woman she would become. A young immigrant crossing the ocean could not see the future waiting for her. The mother raising children could not imagine grandchildren she would one day hold. Life was always unfolding, one moment at a time. And perhaps that is the greatest gift. We do not need to know the entire river. We only need enough trust to take the next step. So, as the book comes to an end, I return to where every true transformation begins: awareness. Not the awareness that judges, not the awareness that criticizes, but the awareness that gently observes and say, I see you, I accept you, I understand you, the ego, the shadow, the light, the darkness, the joy, the sorrow, all parts of this beautiful human experience, all belonging, all worthy of compassion. The ego taught me how to stand, the shadow taught me how to look within, awareness taught me how to walk between them, and love taught me how to embrace them both. Because the purpose of life was never to become a person without flaws. It was never to escape being human. It was never to reach a place where nothing hurts and nothing changes. The purpose was always something much simpler: to become whole, to live with an open heart, to walk gently through this world, to leave behind more love than we found. So live like water, be soft but not weak, be flexible but not without direction, be humble but know your own worth. Be willing to change, but never abandon your truth. Allow your ego to serve you. Allow your shadow to teach you. Allow awareness to guide you. And when life brings you mountains, do not believe you are powerless. Remember the water. It does not defeat the mountain through force. It transforms the mountain through patience. One drop, one moment, one act of love at a time. When the final chapter of your own life is written, may you look back not at everything you achieved, but at everything you became. May you know that your struggles gave you depth, your forgiveness gave you freedom, your compassion gave you peace, your awareness gave you wisdom, and your love give your life meaning. Because in the end, the greatest transformation was never about changing reality. It was about awakening to the reality that was always within you. The ego was never the enemy. The shadow was never the enemy. They were both waiting to be understood. And when awareness finally embraces them both, the inner battle ends. The heart becomes peaceful, the soul becomes quiet, and we discover the greatest truth we have been searching for all along. We were never meant to become someone else. We were only meant to become whole. Thank you so much, and thank you for staying for the whole chapter.